Welcome, everybody. Welcome to our audience, everybody watching us. Some breaking news out there. But let me start on a sad note to all football lovers. Diego Jota of Liverpool had an accident. He died today, himself and his brother. He got married sometime, maybe last month. He has 3 kids already. And to all Liverpool fans, we want to say it's a sad day for you. To all Portugal fans and to everybody in the football world, it's a very sad day. My condolence to the family and all Liverpool fans.
May his soul rest in peace.
May his soul rest in peace. Just 28 years old.
I mean, God comfort
so sad.
the living.
Yeah. All right, let's move on.
This and you are participating in that. You understand me? It's really difficult. You can't have it both ways. As it is now, if it is thrown before Obi to choose either membership of Labour Party or fraternizing or discussing with members of other political parties, Obi might challenge that in court, whether Labour Party constitution can stop him from relating with members of other political parties in any event. Because after Obi attend birthdays, he also has already ceremony. Association. So it depends on how you look at it. He didn't go and sign any commitment for ADC or whatever. And so that is why I say Obi might be the one to challenge them if they expel him, whether expelling him was rightly done by Labour Party constitution. So, but on a lighter note, Obi has to weigh the option. If I am Obi, with the way he was working on the coalition with El-Rufai, I don't think they need to change their membership to ADC until it is guaranteed that they are going to get the ticket. Because as it is, in as much as Obi is not desperate to be president, there are many Nigerians who are desperate to see him be president. He shouldn't deny that. And the name of those people are called Obedient. Obedient movement is not built on coalition per se. Obedient movement is built extensively in coalition, but the coalition that have Obi as the presidential candidate. That is the meaning of obedient movement. Let nobody deceive you. If anybody tells you that obedient movement is to support another candidate who they believe, it's not true. It's not true. So let's be honest to ourselves. So Obi and El-Rufai should be worried if this ADC, what is characterizing having an Atiku and the David Mark to lead them, is what they intended. They need to query that at this time. So Obi doesn't lose the membership of Labour Party and not get the candidacy of ADC.
Obi, they are firing with on all cylinder or with AK-47. I don't know what to call it now. The Abure faction, or Abure as the chairman of Labour Party, saying, Obi, you have to live there, or you tell us, or if not, we will expel you from the party. Do you think that's a very good tone? Haven't said that the Labour Party haven't said that they don't want to be in any coalition.
Why am I sad? It's Abure. You see, we have said it before that this country, it appears we don't understand what opposition means. Opposition mainly means that you have different ideology from what the other person had. It doesn't mean that you are enemies. So Abure is making it look as if the coalition, they are enemies of Labour Party. For the mere fact that Labour Party said they were not going to be part of the coalition. Wait a minute. Who are the Labour Party who said they will not be part of coalition? It is the only Abure, enclave that said they don't want to be part of coalition. Has it taken a censor or a pull from the members of Labour Party to say that they didn't want coalition? He hasn't done that. So Abure to realize that we are not in military era, and it's not a military head of state heading Labour Party to give out a fiat that you are giving 48 hours. I think the highest he could do in democratic setting is to set up committees, or what we call the disciplinary committee, to invite Obi to explain his relationship with the coalition. If they feel dissatisfied, that's only then and then they could say, okay, this is the penalty we are meting out on you, not to say that you have 48 hours. Then you will be. We are not in military era, for crying out loud. So again, Obi, as a Nigerian, has a right to fraternize, like he has rightly said. Obi attend birthdays, burials, marriage ceremony, and the rest of them. And who are the people attending this marriage and these parties with? They are Nigerians, and they belong to different political party, and they belong to the coalition. Is he saying that Obi should attend any ceremony if he's invited, just because the enclave of Labour Party said they don't want coalition? I don't see sense in what Abure is doing. Abure will always end up in demarketing Labour Party. If Abure is sensible, he should know that he have election in Obi home state, and he needs Obi to win that election, and that will be a credit to him. So what he should be doing is to meet with Obi, to know why Obi is in the coalition. If Obi had not told him, or if he had not realized what it is, instead of sitting back in his office or in his home and then issuing threats, it won't take the party anywhere.
Okay, so what some of the reasons he enumerated why Obi, if you're a child, if you're growing up under your parents, your parents will say, see that one, your papa and mama na thief. You see that one, papa and mama na ashawo. See that one. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. So he said the reason that he's telling Obi not to associate with this guy because they're fraudulent.
You are in the spirit. I just opened that comment. That's what I wanted to read out. People say before you go kill this, you go first give a bad name.
Yeah.
And when the bad name rightly sticks, the killing becomes justifiable. It's not only Abure or Ifo, the publicity secretary, that has talked about old people hijacking the coalition. Yeah. Look at what he said. According to Ifo, the Labour Party under Abure's leadership is strongly opposed to the coalition, which it dismissed as an alliance of power mongers. Okay? He said they often mounted New Nigeria is possible and is a ruse and cannot be achieved with the assemblage of old, recycled, desperate, and frustrated politicians in the coalition. They are beginning to successfully tent this coalition with these same people. These are the same individuals who have mismanaged Nigeria for decades. Desperate politicians cannot bet a new Nigeria. Even though this might not be the actual reason for Abure's leadership to say, oh, we are not part of this coalition yet, but it's giving them some credence. Because even many Nigerians are saying, in as much as they need experience in the coalition, they shouldn't be at the forefront. Nigerians are not eager to fight Tinubu because David Mark wants to be president, for example. Nigerians are not eager to even go and vote if your child is the one contesting against Asiwaju. Nigerians are not crazy to see Lamido contest against Asiwaju. Nigerians don't want those faces anymore. They have tried their best, and their best is where we are today. We don't need their experiences, really. But you are seeing this as state politics. I always tell people that if you go to a well-organized party where people are marrying, at the gate, you're going to see some bouncers. Those bouncers are fighters. But they make the party to be peaceful. That is why I'm not saying anybody's a fighter. That's why I see that's why I see Obi working together with people like El-Rufai, who have some benchmarks of some credence, people who are not willing to give bribes, people who are not known for bribery, people who say, oh, it's time of the South, let us support them. I think it's fair. People who are ready for the purpose of having Nigeria remain together are not too careful whether the president is from Southeast or from Southwest or from South, provided the person can perform. Nobody is too perfect. That Peter Obi needs to work with those. But you see this assemblage of David Mark and co, and Secondus and co, all those who are recycled as Abure himself, because himself has been in the system for too long too.
He's corrupted.
Yes. So they know themselves. I think it's time. I am not too bothered whether this thing leads to 3-horse race. It's going to even be better. If INEC can be transparent, even 3-horse race will be better. Do you know why? Those who want Asiwaju to continue to see where to dump their vote. Those who think, oh, Asiwaju and Atiku, he can do it. Because Asiwaju is at the weakest point of performance. They have where to dump their vote. Those who think, no, we need some new energy. The oldest we want in our version is probably people like El-Rufai and Obi. We don't want people much, much older than that. The youth will find where to dump their vote. We will still come out fine.
Now, in moving forward, they said soft answer turned away rods. Abure also has a right to woo Obi. You cannot say Obi is not a factor. There's no way you can say Obi is not a factor. And Obi also have their own grievances with Abure. It's on both sides. Don't you think, as a party chairman, it's also good for you to woo your best candidate or the person that has brought fame or whatever you call it to your party?
You are very correct. You know, even in a home, a father, a child that initially tend to be the black sheep of the family, if he brings fame back, they welcome him and give him all the support he needs. Here we are in Labour Party. Before now, you and I do not know whether Labour Party was in existence, except only the time they won in that Miniko took it and run with it and won on its popularity, not because Labour Party was on ground. And since then, they had not won any other election.
They won some other election in Delta.
No, I'm coming to that. Very much involved. Why they won that election. So that shouldn't be a yardstick. It's just a central election that they won. Okay, here is Obi, who gave them a governor, senators, members of House of Reps, and House of Assembly. This is a man Abure should cherish, irrespective of what has happened. This is a man Abure will sit down with and say, how do we improve from this development they have brought to us? It's not a man Abure should be, threatening with ultimatum and the rest of them. You see, like he said, Abure belonged to the old bloc, and the old bloc only believe in themselves. Was talking here the other day, he said that if you and I sit down, and Atiku sit down, and David Mark sit down, you ask them to choose, they will choose David Mark and Atiku. So they believe within themselves. Abure is only playing to the gallery that Obi is a member of a party, is going to have discussion with the coalition that party has resolved that they will not be part of. He's only playing to the gallery. Obi had never at any point or any time says that I am no longer a member, but every time you confront him, we tell you I am still in Labour Party. At Aerofy, we tell you I'm a member of SDP. Since I left the APC, I joined SDP and I remain SDP.
Sule Lamido yesterday.
Yes, today, Sule Lamido, I was coming there. Sule Lamido said, any group of person that can rescue the country, I will support and I will campaign with it. That does not mean I have left PDP, because I helped to build PDP. Some ingrate are trying to destroy it. I will not allow them. The party will outlive them. So if people from various parties who had the interest of the country come together, like Obi was saying that the decision to be part of the coalition as in going to, he said it was a very difficult decision. But no one person can deliver this country. No one group of person can rescue this country. That we need a unified effort, a combined effort. Like I said, you need the good, the bad, the ugly, and the beauty to come together. Because when they cast their vote, the vote doesn't show their faces. It only shows that the vote is counting for A or is counting for B. And we have also said on this table, the obedient and Obi needs people who will make their vote count. Because the last election, everybody has said Obi won the election, but who is in power today is APC, because the obedient vote didn't count. It's Abure telling us that he can ensure that the obedient vote will count.
That's where the coalition comes in.
That is where I was going. You just took the word out of my mouth. And he is saying that what will make their vote count, Obi should not go there to ensure that the vote that we get from the masses is not going to be counted. What is it not a sabotage? For me, Abure to tell us something different. Maybe he has something different from what we are thinking about Nigeria.
Abure has suspended almost every important member of Labour, elected Labour. Some of them that is suspended have gone to other party, but some of them are also now joining the coalition. So what does he wish to work with in 2020?
These people do not have the same motive like you. People like Abure have been in the system for too long. He is not seeing 2027 as something too remarkable. He can lose 2027 and Labour remains with him. Do you understand? They've been in Labour before Obi came to meet them. They are probably thinking that they will be in Labour while Obi lives. They are the barracks. Soldier go,
Soldier come, barrack remain.
Yeah, and I wish they changed that mentality. But that said, I am not in support of discarding issues of handing Nigeria back again to those who have actually been destroying it before. Just they probably have a different face now. Whoever they have there, is just probably doing the same thing they would do. I'm not an advocate of that. Lamido said he's going to be part of any arrangement that will rescue Nigeria. And I said, rescuing Nigeria is not a removal of Asiwaju. Rescuing Nigeria is bringing good governance. Rescuing Nigeria is destroying the enemies of Nigeria, which are insecurity, which are unemployment, which are lack of infrastructure, which is wasteful spending among government agencies, which is also ensuring that institutional victimization is not there, unleashing police against innocent people, unleashing law enforcement agencies, ICPC, EFCC against innocent people, where they will just start looking at you to start searching for crime. Meanwhile, there is a petition of crime already at their table, and they are not attending to that. The other day, I think I saw over the internet where people criticizing somebody, a young boy that was involved in $5,000 money laundering, and they were saying, oh, how do you go about $5,000? And there have billions of dollars, politicians accused of billions of dollars, and they are home, and this boy has been jailed for 1 year. No crime should be left, should be
crime is crime.
Crime is crime, no doubt. But Nigerians are saying we should use our resources to face. It's just like you now answering your call. I kept saying this because each time I see people doing frog jump at checkpoints, I feel sad that these people should use their armament to go after Boko Haram and bandits and all that. Not innocent Nigeria, or in Nigeria who didn't even know that you can't say call at checkpoints. I don't think there's any law like that. There's no law like that.
Or siren harassing us in a same
you siren harassing people. So those are what I see as rescuing Nigeria. Not necessarily moving Asiwaju by article. It's not too appealing to a lot of people. Having David Mark, who was a Senate president for how long? What did he do? Second is, what did they do? I mean, what is attractive in those? That is why I kept calling on Peter Obi and El-Rufai to chart a new course. They are old enough, they have sufficient experience that the youth want. Yes, it can't be all youth. This is politics, I agree. It's not going to be only, 50, 25, 35 year old, 40, 50 year old. I agree.
It has to be a mixture.
There's going to be some mixture. Yeah. And I think Obi and El-Rufai have sufficient knowledge that the youth want. They should make it clear. People are not, let ADC go with that. It's almost becoming clear. I saw the little Momodu saying, no, it's not in ADC, all of them coming in. We know where they are headed to. And we are sounding this thing early. So we will not be surprised if also, this is politics, they are beginning to ensure that Obi has no base in labor. That is why I'm encouraging Obi, until you get a presidential ticket elsewhere, if you really want to keep obedient movement alive, you need to fight your base in labor. Abure shouldn't just remove you. Abure is not a military leader that just wake up 48 hours. Is it in Labour Party constitution that when you find your member in gathering of other parties, any association or any gathering, that you give the person 48 hours? Where did Abure get the 48 hours from? That said, Obi should watch this coalition, whether it is the coalition that Nigeria wants or not. If not, as early as possible, the wheat should be separated from the chaff.
I'm always of the opinion, personal opinion, that Obi doesn't need this kind of coalition. I'm always of that opinion. This kind of coalition. He needs coalition, but not this kind of coalition. Yes. Because the coalition that he needs are people that have the strength to help him galvanize
and protect
votes. Coalition like El-Rufai, I'm not going to lie. Coalition like Amechi with him, do you understand? Of a younger generation, though they will stay behind him, but those are the coalition I think he will need. Having said that, there are crises in other parties as well. Even the ADC we are talking about. Some of the old officials of the ADC are kicking with serious crisis. We talked about Dumebi. Then there are the other guys that are coming up and say, no, our party won't go that way. Even in APC, look, Aliu Audu. of the former spokesperson for the president. He said that he has an organization called APC Rebates. I don't know if you understand.
Yeah.
So these things are all coming up. So Obi should galvanize himself in such a way that he can even pull attraction from even other parties, including even the APC, that have the kind of things that he wants to think about. Do you think that what Obi needs is this coalition? This kind of coalition?
The answer is in the negative. He doesn't need it at all. It's not healthy for him. And I am very, very sure he knows. Like he said, Obi has already had a coalition. The obedience is a coalition in itself. And what the Obi needs, that is already doing, I think is doing, is to form a formidable alliance with persons from the zone that he wasn't strong enough. And that is where the air-of-fire factor comes in. All we don't need any coalition. All we need is people of that caliber. Air-of-fire, Obi, maybe Amechi, Aregbesola, and other agreeing and take a stand. Obi did not go. You see, this coalition is just a fanfare. When Obi ran under Labour Party, was there any form of discussion before he went there? So he was in PDP. When he found that the course is not clear, he left. So what they should be doing, I think they should do more of strategic planning, especially Obi and Air-of-Fire, to work out the modality on the platform to use on how to go into that platform without the platform being distorted. They are not kids. I'm sure they're already doing this already. You understand? Because talking about Abure giving 48 hours to Obi, where sometimes, some of these things happen for a blessing. If Obi is saying that, look, I am still Labour, and there are elections that Labour is about to contest, and Abure said that Obi should leave. And if Obi decides to leave because he has found a platform outside ADC and he moves, who loses out? It's Abure and his group. But I think Obi is a more matured person. He knows that all these are all distraction, because Obi need to make a pronouncement by delivering his home state to his party. He called his party at this point. You understand?
Okay.
See, I want to chip in something. I do know that it is on he who alleges to prove.
Yes.
But sometimes, in order to clear your name, you need to be seen to be acting transparently. I think Abure, people have been saying, oh, maybe Abure is hobnobbing with the ruling party. I think this is I think this is time not to give credence to those things, because this 48 hours ultimatum is unnecessary.
But it validates the rumor in a way.
It begins to validate the rumor.
No, but it's
that's why I'm saying that he should, not act in a way where people, Nigerians, they always run away with their opinion. Where they will know the court, they have that judgment, Supreme Court in their heart there. They'll just say it's the ruling party that is pushing him. He shouldn't act. It's unnecessary. Very, very unnecessary.
Now, what Obi said, what we heard he said at the coalition meeting was that he has not agreed fully to join the coalition. That's what we heard.
He said he should be given time.
He said he should be given time, that he has a Anambra election to deal with first. Then after them, you normally say, one day, what was that guy you normally quote? One day is enough.
24 hours is a long time.
24 hours is a long
It's a
time.
statement he made in Scotland, in Glasgow.
Exactly.
October 2nd, 1964.
Wow. Are you a political scientist?
Student of history.
Okay. So those are the issues. He has not. I'm sure he will, because there's even some talk about the way Dino Melaye announced his introduced Obi, which didn't go down well with some people. But after all, he still has a lot of time. What will you advise Obi?
Well, his own case is, in as much as Obi's kept saying that he's not desperate to be president, he should understand that as number one obedient, the dreams of obedient is to see him be president. Obedient is not a gathering that wants Obi to be vice president. Okay? Going beyond removal of Asiwaju, because I kept saying the removal of Asiwaju is not a goal to me. What do I benefit that you remove Asiwaju?
But people are not smiling when you say that.
Well, they can be angry. I benefit nothing that you remove Asiwaju, but I benefit something if you bring in somebody that can correct the errors.
Substitute.
Exactly. The things you say Asiwaju is not doing right.
Better substitute.
Better. Something that you say Asiwaju is not doing right. You should bring somebody that will do it right. Not just to remove Asiwaju. Why do you want to remove it? Is it not a Nigerian?
What's your advice to Abure?
Yes. No, like that of Obi. Obi should understand the meaning of obedient. I think Obi does not understand. If you deviate from the vision of obedient, you will lose.
Not to be second class.
You will lose obedient. They are not expecting Obi VP candidacy. Not even a secretary to the federal government. That's not what they are expecting. Okay.
What will you advise Obi and Abure?
You see, like he has just said, Obi should know that. Obi has said he's not desperate to be president, but he should know that Nigerians, which is obedient, were desperate for him to be president. So he should know that Obi do not belong to himself anymore, especially when it comes to the Nigerian politics. He belongs to the obedient, and he must do the will of the obedient. That said, therefore, the onus is on him to know the temperature of the obedient and flow with it. Anything short of that, he will destroy himself. If he engage in anything that's sort of the dream and aspiration of the obedient, Obi will be finished. And then to Abure, I have no word for him.
I have a word for Abure.
Because he belongs to the old bloc, he should go.
I have a word for Abure. Yeah. If Nigeria becomes better, every Nigerian will benefit. He should support the things that will make Nigeria to be better.
What is good?
Yes.
All right. He should support light that reveals everything. That's what Okafor said. And to Philip, with his cowboy hat, he said he doesn't have anything for Abure.
Nothing for
Nothing. Say he should go and sit down.
Abure is an empty vessel. Don't need it.
Those are strong words. All right. We'll keep you updated with breaking news. This is it for now. We'll be right back.